Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. Alright folks, buckle up because the Miami Dolphins might be shaking things up in a way that no one saw coming. Remember Jonnu Smith? Yeah, the very guy who was the Dolphins' lone Pro Bowl representative last season, setting franchise records for tight ends and receptions and yards. Well, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Miami is now reportedly in trade talks with the Pittsburgh Steelers involving Smith. This is huge because Smith was a critical piece for Miami last year, making plays when the likes of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle dipped statistically. The news that Smith could be on the move has sent ripples through the fan base, especially since he's just entering the second year of a 2-year contract he signed after joining the Dolphins. But here's the kicker. Smith wants a contract rework, which might be the crux of the issue driving these trade discussions. Digging deeper, Smith's current deal has him making around $4 million in 2025, with a signing bonus of $2.8 million and some void years attached, as per Over the Cap's data. Now, that's not exactly superstar money, but Smith evidently believes he's earned more after his breakout season. It's interesting to note that Smith wasn't at the Dolphins OTA that was open to the media recently. One of 4 players. Missing. Could this absence hint at some tension behind the scenes? The Dolphins have been known to hand out generous contracts recently, so their apparent reluctance to extend Smith a bigger deal sends a conflicting message. They clearly value him on the field but seem hesitant to commit long-term cash. It's a tricky balance and it's making waves. On the other side of this trade chatter, the Pittsburgh Steelers stand as a potential suitor, and they come with their own set of tight end considerations. Pittsburgh's current tight end, Pat Freiermuth, just signed a lucrative 4-year extension last year worth $48 million, though only $11.6 million was guaranteed up front. This kind of contract structure might allow the Steelers some flexibility to add Smith without disrupting their salary cap too much. Smith's versatility and proven receiving skills could complement the Steelers' offense well, providing more weapons and depth at tight end. But it's still a question of fit and finances. Would the Steelers be willing to pay Smith what he's asking? Or would Miami have to take on some salary in the deal? Jonnu Smith's impact on Miami's offense last season cannot be overstated. After a slow start, his production exploded starting Week 7 against the Indianapolis Colts, finishing the season with 88 catches for 884 yards, numbers that smashed his previous career highs from his time with the Falcons. He even had 200-yard games, showcasing his ability to be a true game changer. His clutch performance in overtime against the Jets, with 3 catches including the game-winning touchdown, underlined how critical he was to the Dolphins' offensive success. Losing a player like Smith, especially without a proven replacement, could seriously hamper Miami's offense next season. Miami's tight end coach John Embry hinted recently that Smith could offer more, not just as a receiver, but in blocking too. Embry mentioned Smith left yards on the field, which suggests there's room for growth and potentially an even bigger role if things go right. And this adds a layer of complexity to the trade talks. If Smith is willing to improve and the Dolphins believe in his untapped potential, why trade him now? On the flip side, if Smith insists on a new contract and Miami refuses, it might push the situation toward a breakup, no matter the upside of keeping him. The Dolphins front office has to weigh Smith's current value against the risk of alienating a top player. Trading Smith would undoubtedly leave a significant void in Miami's offensive scheme. The Dolphins don't have another proven pass-catching tight end to step up, which makes this potential move all the more puzzling. However, there's some chatter that the Dolphins might explore a trade with the Las Vegas Raiders for Michael Mayer, a former second-round pick who's been on the market. That could be an intriguing swap, especially if the Dolphins package a disgruntled cornerback like Jalen Ramsey as part of a broader deal. It's a chess game at this point, with each move having ripple effects across multiple teams. The Dolphins' current tight end roster beyond Smith includes Julian Hill, Pharaoh Brown, Tanner Connor, Hayden Rucci, and rookie Jalen Conyers. While some of these players show promise, none come close to matching Smith's proven production and reliability. Yeah, this group looks more developmental or role player oriented rather than full-time starters. That's why Miami's decision to trade or keep Smith will be closely scrutinized. It's not just about money. It's about maintaining the offensive firepower and chemistry that Smith helped build last season. Miami needs to avoid weakening a key position that played a big role in their success. On the flip side, Smith himself has expressed a preference to stay in Miami, signaling that his desire for a new deal isn't necessarily a trade request, but a bid to stay where he's comfortable and thriving. He brought this up after the Dolphins season finale against the Jets, which adds a layer of personal context to the situation. Smith is a local product from Florida International University, so there's a sentimental connection there. Yet professional sports are also a business, and if the Dolphins aren't willing to meet his contract demands, the discussions with Pittsburgh could accelerate. It's a delicate balance between loyalty and pragmatism. From a broader perspective, the Dolphins are in a tough spot. They've been generous with contracts recently, but seem wary of overpaying Smith even after his standout season. This reluctance might be based on financial strategy or concerns about long-term fit. Meanwhile, Smith's production and potential growth suggest he could be even more valuable moving forward. Trading him risks alienating fans and players alike, especially since Smith has become a fan favorite and a leader on the team. This saga will be one of the offseason's defining storylines, with high stakes for both Miami's roster and its reputation. In conclusion, this developing story about Jonnu Smith's potential trade encapsulates the drama and complexity of the NFL's off-season business. It's not just about numbers or contracts, but about balancing talent, team chemistry, and financial realities. Miami's decision will reverberate across the league and could shape their offensive identity for years to come. Whether Smith stays and gets his deal or moves on to Pittsburgh, one thing is clear: the Dolphins are at a crossroads, and the outcome will define their 2025 campaign before it even begins. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning of what promises to be an intense and captivating chapter in Dolphins football. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments, what's your take on the Fins this week? A bombshell has shaken the Miami Dolphins and sent shockwaves through the NFL community. Whispers and rumors are swirling that the team's star quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, might be on his way out of Miami. This potential departure, still officially unconfirmed, has fans, analysts, and insiders buzzing, sparking intense debates about what it means for the franchise's future. Tua, once hailed as the franchise savior after a promising college career, has faced ups and downs in his time with the Dolphins, battling injuries and inconsistency. But the mere suggestion that he might be traded or leave the team has already ignited a storm of speculation about the team's direction. How did it come to this? And what could be the repercussions, not just for Miami, but for the NFL landscape as a whole? The roots of these rumors trace back to a combination of factors that have gradually built tension around Tua's tenure with the Dolphins. From persistent injury, concerns that have sidelined him at critical moments, to flashes of brilliance that sometimes fail to materialize into sustained success, the quarterback's journey has been a roller coaster. Miami's front office, led by a management team eager to contend and build a championship-worthy squad, seems to be at a crossroads. Are they patient enough to see Tua develop into the franchise quarterback they hope for? Or is the team considering pivoting toward a different path? Perhaps eyeing a trade that could bring fresh talent or draft capital. One can't ignore the impact of the Dolphins' recent performances on these swirling rumors. The team's inconsistent displays on the field, especially in pivotal games, have only fueled the narrative that change is imminent. Fans, hungry for a breakthrough season and a legitimate playoff run, are growing restless. Social media explodes with hot takes. Analysts dissect every press conference, and even teammates are caught in the crossfire of speculation. In this high-pressure environment, the pressure on Tua to perform has never been greater, and rumors of his possible exit only add to the drama. From a tactical standpoint, the Dolphins' offensive scheme and how Tua fits into it have been under scrutiny. There are questions about whether Miami's coaching staff has been able to maximize his skill set, or if there are fundamental mismatches that undermine his potential. Tua's accuracy and quick decision-making are widely praised, but critics argue that a lack of offensive weapons and inconsistent protection from the offensive line hamper his effectiveness. This mix of praise and criticism shapes the conversation about his future, painting a picture that's far from black and white. If the front office does decide to move on, they'll need to weigh these nuances carefully. The ripple effects of Tua's possible departure reach far beyond Miami's locker room. The quarterback market in the NFL is volatile, and a player of Tua's caliber hitting the trade block could trigger a cascade of moves across the league. Teams desperate for a young, talented signal caller with starting experience might jump at a chance to acquire him, potentially reshaping division dynamics and playoff projections. Meanwhile, Miami would face the challenge of either drafting a new quarterback or acquiring a veteran who can lead immediately. Each option carries risks, and the stakes couldn't be higher for a franchise eager to cement its place among the NFL's elite. For Dolphins fans, this news is nothing short of heartbreaking. Tua represents hope, youth, and a dream of sustained success that is often felt just out of reach. The bond between player and fan base is strong, and the thought of losing him leaves many grappling with uncertainty. Will the team prioritize a quick fix or stay loyal to a quarterback who has shown flashes of brilliance despite setbacks? The emotional toll of this rumor underscores the complex relationship between sports, identity, and community, where the fate of one player can feel like the fate of the entire team. From Tua's perspective, this rumor must be a heavy burden. Quarterbacks carry immense pressure, not just to win games, but to justify their place on a roster and in a league. The prospect of leaving a city and fan base that believed in him, possibly amid unresolved questions about his trajectory, adds an emotional layer to an already intense professional challenge. Whatever the truth behind these rumors, Tua's career trajectory hangs in the balance, and how he responds could define his legacy. It's a pivotal moment for the young quarterback, and the football world is watching closely. Experts and insiders have begun to weigh in, offering varied takes on the rumor's validity and implications. Some suggest this could be a strategic move by Miami's front office to test the market or leverage negotiations, while others see it as a clear sign of growing impatience. The sports media ecosystem is alive with speculation, and every statement from the team or Tua's camp is dissected for clues. This atmosphere of uncertainty makes it difficult to predict what comes next, but it guarantees one thing: the coming days and weeks will be crucial in shaping the narrative. Amid all the noise, one truth remains clear: the Dolphins are at a crossroads. The decision they make regarding Tua Tagovailoa could set the course for the franchise for years to come. Whether it's a vote of confidence or a bold shakeup, the ripple effects will influence roster construction, fan sentiment, and Miami's standing in the league. As the rumor mill churns, one thing is certain: this story is far from over, and the next chapter could redefine everything for the Dolphins and their fans. For now, fans can only watch, wait, and hope that the outcome aligns with their dreams of championship glory. Will Tua remain the heartbeat of Miami's offense, or is a new era on the horizon? The answers lie just ahead, and when the dust settles, this moment could be remembered as one of the most dramatic turning points in recent NFL history. Until then, the Dolphins and their loyal supporters face a suspenseful and uncertain road ahead. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.